Hi, and welcome to day 6 of 21 Days of Laughter with Coach Andrea Crisp and Portland Laughter Yoga. So glad to have you here. So I just wanted to address a couple things before we start laughing, because I know we have quite a few new people in the group, and laughing, and especially just laughing in general, is something that is not necessarily easy for adults, especially in our Western society, particularly in our Western society, because it gets kind of socialized out of us as we are getting older. When we're, little tiny kids, we're laughing and playing, and, we don't need jokes. It's just something that's coming naturally. And through our families and our society and school and church and all these different things, we're told, don't laugh here, or it's not appropriate, or you need to, be more serious and grown up, and blah, 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 and all these things that kind of socialize us to not be in touch with our playfulness and not be in touch with our own laughter. And so that can make laughing difficult. Another thing that can make laughing difficult is if you were ridiculed and laughed at in your past as well. And so there are various reasons that laughter can be something that's not necessarily fun for everybody, or is harder for them to get in touch, and that's quite all right. So that's why the 21 Days of Laughter is you yourself setting your own goal for how you would like to grow over the 21 days. So it doesn't have to look like what it looks like with me. I'm here to help inspire you, but I also just want to make sure that people aren't getting, stuck in the cycle in their head thinking, well, I'm never going to be able to do it like that, or, I'm just not getting it, that kind of thing. So the beautiful part of laughter yoga and this whole laughter movement, laughter as a form of therapy, laughter wellness, is that you can make a choice to laugh. You don't have to be happy to laugh. You choose to laugh, and then eventually you're making that choice because eventually you know that it's going to make you feel better, even if you don't feel good in the beginning when you're doing it. And so you may have to continue making that choice over and over again before it becomes natural and second nature, just because you've got these neural pathways that have got, big ridges run through telling you that it's, not appropriate to laugh, that you need to be more serious, you have to be adult and responsible, and, that play is only for kids, or whatever those messages might be that you've learned that are running through your mind. So you're fighting against that, but the more you make the choice, the more you're building new neural pathways. And that's exactly what we're doing with this 21 Days of Laughter. And you can go on and do 30 days, 40 days. There's different science that shows it takes 21 days to make a habit. Some say 30, some of the studies say 40. And so we're doing 21 days because it seems that it sounds easier for people. Oh, I can maybe do 21 days. That's only 3 weeks. But, keep going with it if it's working for you. But usually by the end of the 3 weeks, there's some movement that's happening. People are noticing some changes. It's becoming a little bit easier. But if not, just stick with it. I promise you, it definitely will become easier. When I first started doing laughter, I didn't get gibberish, and I was very uncomfortable with it for who knows why, because my dad's kind of a gibberish person, so I kind of grew up with it. But I myself, leading it as a laughter leader and doing it in a laughter club setting, was not comfortable with it, and I didn't feel comfortable calling in on, there's laughter over the phone, and there's laughter on Skype, and some of these other things are a little bit different than the traditional laughter club where you're having the interaction. Even the laughing alone practice, I didn't start that right away because it wasn't as easy for me in the beginning. And now that I've been doing laughing for 10 years on a regular basis, whoa, I laugh sometimes too much, back to being a little kid. I've definitely gotten in touch with my inner child and my playfulness. An example was I was watching Billy Crystal's 700 Sundays, which if you haven't seen it and you like Billy Crystal, I highly recommend. But it's a one-man show, stand-up show that he came out with in the last couple of years. And it was one of the things I could choose to watch on the airplane. And I was laughing so loud that my husband was like, shh, because people were staring at me. So I could get into it like a little too quickly and easily for some people. I don't mind. It's actually something that I love now, so I'm not really apologizing about it at all. But just to say, it wasn't easy necessarily in the beginning. It was just that I was driven because I knew that I really needed it after struggling with depression and anxiety, and then seeing so many of my clients also struggling with similar things and just a lack of joy overall. So all that said, this is going to be longer because I did a little more talking, but I really wanted to address that in case there's anybody out there who's been kind of stuck in their head thinking that it's not working for them, and having a hard time making it through the first week. So we're on day 6, so we still have just a little over 2 weeks left, and we're just going to get into it and laugh. So the first thing I'm going to do is a thing called tongue swindling. This is something that is fun, definitely full of childlike play. It's a great warm-up, similar to gibberish but different, and it's something that I go to quite naturally now when we're doing laughter meditations or different things in Laughter Club, and throughout my life. I've even done it on some of the times where I mess up in the videos or whatever. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's tongue swindling. So we're going to warm up and get ready for our laughing with some tongue swindling. I forgot to turn my phone on silent. I didn't time it exactly, but I think that was about a minute of tongue swindling. And I have a sticker on because I just came back from doing a laughter session somewhere, and I like to hand out stickers from the Dollar Tree. All right, because they're fun. So the most basic of the breathing exercises is holding our breath. So we are going to do this. We're going to just raise our hands up. Hold at the top, hold it, and exhale. Inhale again. Stretch, stretch, hold it. All right, now we're going to add some laughter to that. Inhale up. Hold it, hold Did you see me there? I was peeking at you. Peekaboo! 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 I have a space heater on and I'm getting too hot. A little hot flash laughter. I've been having hot flashes on and off for a while. Less of them lately. I've given up all caffeine. And it's working, by the way. All right. We're going to do some laughter cream. So this one, there's so many different ways because it's all up to your imagination. So laughter cream is the best beauty product on the market because it puts a smile on your face and makes you laugh. Which, according to Audrey Hepburn, is the #1 beauty secret. Not laughter cream, but smiling. I like to have a squeezy tube because I like the noise that it makes. And when you put it on, but you could have like a big, gigantic tub of laughter body butter. Let's see if we can get rid of that double chin. Very good, very good, yay! Very good, very good, yay! And take some nice big deep breaths. Inhale again. We're gonna do some humming laughter, and then we'll do our humming breath, and we'll be all done. This is humming laughter. I find it hard to do humming laughter and keep the humming part going because I just want to laugh. And that's okay if you're not able to have that big laughter and you just want to do the humming laughter, that's fine. So when we're in Laughter Club, all of the laughter exercises and the playfulness and the silliness are really just to get us into laughing and get us reared up and ready to go, warmed up so that we could do laughter meditation and just laugh. So the longer I've been doing a laughter practice, the easier it is for me to just get into the laughter and not have the playfulness and the pretending to get me there. And so that may not be the case for everyone, and that is quite all right. So we're just going to wrap it up because I know I talked quite a bit in the beginning of this one, but I want to give everybody a grounding humming breath at the end. So we'll do 3. Go ahead and take your first deep breath. of 3. Hum. Final breath, I'm going to play more with the sound. Very good, very good, yay! Very good, very good, yay! Thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.